Very cool. As far as we've had a few people on here that have been talking and hanging out and listening. And I'm sure that on the replay, same, and possibly people who are in those relationships right now. If you could give advice to a woman who is right now living and struggling with a narcissist, what would be your advice to him or her?
Well, it depends because there's, as I said, if it's not somebody that puts your life in danger, meaning I have been. Let me just close the door 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Um, I have felt suicidal. So if somebody is in a relationship where they think that being paper or phone, being oak or bamboo will make a difference because this person can actually lead them to hurt themselves, I would suggest just if they're not ready to leave that relationship because they feel the same way if they leave their relationship, then just have a support system that will be a net. Because if you fall, you want to fall and know that at least maybe once you fall and you're down like the coin in the air, maybe while you're falling, you'll realize that there is something worth living for. And so just having it. If you decide then that you don't have it and you still want to go ahead with your plan, nobody will be able to stop you. I mean, I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying it's our responsibility to ourselves to. It's like with COVID, like you don't want to wear a mask, you don't want to put the vaccine, fine. And it's my responsibility to myself to protect myself from somebody who doesn't want to take care of themselves, right? Or the other way around. Not judge, but just like have a net. And if I'm going to expose myself, have a net. Have the whatever medication, whatever doctor, whatever like I need in order to like heal faster or better or whatever. If you're ready to leave and you don't know how to, um, I'm happy to speak to anybody who would want to speak with me. I'm happy to speak. Like, I don't know if that's okay with you or so. I'm happy to speak, and I don't know if you can reach me at my email. I can leave my email here. I don't know. I don't know if,
Yeah, we can I can put even here on the screen, I can put whatever
yeah.
you want me to put. What would you like?
You can put my email
What
or Facebook.
what's your email?
Leah's ARE at I. I have. I'm not.
Is that right? Is that right?
Yep. hmm I'm not gonna brag, but I will because I'm proud that of these people. I've helped a few people, a bunch of people on Facebook on different groups, and I'm very happy when years later they'll shoot me a message saying, since the day you gave me the chance to speak about what I was without judgment or without telling me what I had to do, I have not drunk, I have not drugged, I've written a book, so. I've gone through all the darkness, and somehow I always find the light. So I'm happy to speak to anybody. I may not have all the answers, but I'm happy to speak and help. My advice would be if you're in a relationship that could put your life in danger, um, with beating, not mentally, lead you to suicide, which we spoke already, but it's sexual abuse or physical abuse, and I would suggest that they try to find shelter and leave because they don't know one, when one punch will be one too many. And then the other thing is that if you have children, um, you know, I don't judge people for being in relationships with or doing anything. I had my days where I did drugs. I had my days where I didn't. I had my days where, that was when I was not teenager, but at college, like partying, whatever. I like to try. I like it. I like to see what it was. Thank God I never got hooked on anything like that. But there was something much more monstrous that was underneath that, which was my own image of myself. So drugs were like easy peasy. That was nothing compared to the real damage that I could do to myself. So what I would suggest is that stop before you get one more punch, because your children will actually see that and they will grow thinking that that's okay. So I'm going to ask a question to everybody who's listening. If you have children and your child came home every day from the house of his best friend who bullied him, and he had a bite, or he had less hair, or he had a punch, or he begged you, "Mom, please don't send me to a play date to his house," would you send him back? And
And
if you
if the
yes, then the question goes back, what is the benefit that brings you? Is it because you need the time off the child, because you are so consumed in your own worries that you can't take in, so you rather like not see him and have him in somebody else's home regardless of the dangers that he's in? Because that's what your children are seeing when they see you getting beaten up. They don't know any different. A child will breastfeed if you give him the breast. Whoever gives him a breast, they will breastfeed. Doesn't know if it's a mom or if it's a surrogate, milk, I don't know how you call it, but like people that give their breast to feed other
other
babies,
baby. Yeah, yeah.
they'll feed. That's what they know. They'll open their mouth, they'll suck, and they'll be satisfied. That's what your children will see, and that's what they'll grow thinking, that that's okay. That getting beaten up, it's okay. Beating or beating up, it's okay. Children of we all know this. Children who have lived this kind of traumatic event will either be narcissists or will be with narcissists. Will either abuse or become abused because they
Because
have
they
not seen boundaries. So they don't know what it is. They'll either go to one extreme or the other of the first chakra, which is the ground one. The most,
demo. Exactly. Exactly.
that's my advice. I would
I would
not
not.
I would not advise somebody who's desperately lost in a relationship um, to pack their things and run away immediately, unless their life and their kids' life. And I'll tell you, I think you have to close. I don't know, but I'll tell you an anecdote. I was called. I worked in the government in Peru for a while as a coach. I was doing more like primal movement and with thousands of people, drug addicts who were reinserting in society in general, women, and then I was coaching them on language. Or oh, you're Peruvian too? Is he Peruvian? Yeah. So one day I was called, and there was a lady who was in tears. That they told me that she was being beaten up and that she needed to speak to me. So I drove all the way to El Callao, which was like 45 minutes. I brought an assistant who was learning from me, and um, I asked her to pick elements in her bag and to draw me her system. I didn't want her to tell me what was going on. I wanted her to put the things in a position, to just use whatever she had in her bag. So she used her keys, her phone, different things. And then I started moving things a little bit. And as soon as I started moving through my Jockey Plaza, yeah, through my intuition and the empathic gift, I knew which pieces I had to move. She started weeping, like desperately weeping. She was scared. She was uncomfortable. She was like, no, 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 no. I was like, okay, so let's move, and brought it back to peace. And then I asked her, are you willing to put a restraint order for this person? And she said no. I hugged her. She cried. And then I said, I'm so sorry. I can't help you. My assistant said to me, why did you do that? Why did you not help her? I said, I did help her. I actually saved her life right now. What good would I have done to her to make her feel so powerful to get home to someone she's so afraid to put? And when I asked her why, I forgot to mention this, I asked her, why wouldn't you? And she said, because he pays for the meals and the school of my children. And so is there a hidden benefit there? So I hugged her and I said, I wish you all the best. Just be careful. And then when my assistant said, why didn't you help her? I said, what good would I have done if I hadn't, like, make her feel powerful? So she would have gotten home at the first scream of the husband. She would have stuck her chest out and the knife would have gone in straight in. If she's scared enough to lose her meal, I just saved her life. If anything, she is ready to take the beat for that plate of food. She's not ready. She can't fight this man. So wow, it's like what happened is exactly what happened in Afghanistan. Like, I'm not trying politics. I'm not bringing politics here. It's just like, you can't force somebody to learn something they don't want to learn. What
Absolutely. Yep. You're right.
benefit is outweighs the damage until they don't see the damage, how much worse it can get. They won't be able to do anything. So that's my advice. Like, if you have to stay there because you can't see a way out, because you don't want to get out, you have to know that there will be consequences and you have to be willing to take them. The question is, do you want your kids to take them?
You're right. You are absolutely right. This has been amazing.
Yeah, it's been long and great. Thank you. I can't hear you. You're
I'm
moving
sorry.
again.
You gave us so much awesome information and insights, and so much stuff that I was even,
Oh, no.
because I've been in the arena, I know, but some of the stuff I had never even thought of or heard of before. So I even got some really good information myself, which I totally appreciate. Um,
And go ahead.
so thank you for that. But we're gonna wrap it up. Do you have any closing thoughts before we close out, or I close out?
Well, first of all, is thank you for the space and for trusting me. And it's been such a pleasure to, like, interact with you and prepare for today. Even though I there was no real preparation, this is showing up. And so thank you so much. I really appreciate for that vote of confidence, especially because of the week I had. Thanks everybody who came up to listen. And if you heard one thing that you think can make a difference in your life, I feel so amazingly happy. Um, and the other thing is that, as we said before, if you want to speak to me, if you want to have a session, if you want to do primal dance one-on-one or in a group, same thing with you, Victoria. We said we're going to meet. We could organize a group if you have people and do one. It would take approximately 2 hours, start to finish, and it will be an before and after experience. Um, and thank you, everybody. I feel so blessed that I'm here. And I'm happy I did not, like, burst into tears because I thought I was not going to be able to speak at all. When I read the question this morning, I was like, like that. But I am very happy. I wish I could see when people were coming up, because I would have like greeted everybody, but I don't have that. So am I going to be able to see it later, Sabrina?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. It's on your Facebook going right now, and it'll also be on YouTube, and I chop it up. There's a whole bunch. I'll tell you afterwards, but yeah, it's definitely there and available for everyone to see and for you to interact and say hi and respond to everybody. Even you can respond to everybody afterwards, texting too. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up though. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us here on Her Version. If you have an amazing story to share of struggle to triumph, be sure to reach out to me here or at herversion.life. I am your host, Sabrina Victoria. I am so grateful to be here sharing a platform with Leah today that allows people to share their truth and inspire others. Have an amazing day. Much love.
Bye. Love to everybody.